2025 is going to be revolutionary. Nobody can predict what's going to happen because it depends on you and me. It depends on how much we actually believe in the beauty of our dreams. As it's going to be revolutionary, we need to revolutionize the way we approach life. We approach planning, we approach taking action. In this video, I want to challenge you to think differently on how to get things done this year. If you read the news, if you have seen some of my videos about the aspects that are going to influence our life next year, you already have the feeling that next year will not be just another one and we can behave as we did before. We need to change. The revolutionary nature of 2025 can invite us to create a revolution within. The first point that I invite you to rethink is planning. A plan is everything about having a clear destination, a clear set of steps, a clear process, a clear definition of who is going to be doing what. If we are going to have a year that is going to be a lot in the air, Pluto in Aquarius, a year that is going to be dissolving our beliefs and our structures, Neptune in Pisces, plans will not hold. You will create a plan and it will just poof, will be dissolved, poof, will be in the air. Because a new technology will come up, because a new conflict will arise, because something will come to destroy your plans. But also, there could be other things that could happen, you know. It could be a new technology that comes to give you exactly what you are wanting. It could be a social event that is going to revolutionize your business. So instead of a plan, you could be, or I would like to invite you to set intentions. Intentions. So a good intention for this year is to work in your own personal healing. If you know that you have ancestral trauma, it's a very good time to set an intention that this year you are going to heal it. If you have a business, set the intention that this year the business is going to grow. And think big. Think that your healing is going to be complete, that you're going to be able to receive love finally, to enjoy joy finally. Think that your business is going to reach people, it's going to serve, it's going to transform the world like it has never done before. Set intentions like that. Not how many people you're going to reach or how many millions you're going to make or how it's going to be, how it's going to feel not to have trauma. It's not necessary. But just with the intention that this is what I envision in 12 months. It is enough. When I prayed to my Mother Earth, my Aztec Mother Earth, for my child, she told me it's done. And I wanted kind of to pray again, and she told me it's done. Just believe. Just believe. This intention setting exercise has to be very grounded in the belief that it's going to happen. You don't need to pray and visualize and ask again. Just be in the solidity that that intention has been sent and it's going to happen. So you don't need these plans and deep plans. Your soul knows what you're here for, what's your contract. Your soul is going to guide you. You just need to be open to listen to that. That's the intention. And this leads me to the next point. The next point is about goals, because of course plans and goals are very linked together. You could argue that goals could be purpose than plans, but as I told you, everything is just got up in the air, dissolved by water. So this order is very different than the order that we had before, or that we could have, but it's going to be destroyed. And what I invite you to do instead of goals is to set devotional practices. Yeah, I chose these words carefully. It's not about setting systems or habits that I totally used to recommend that. To set your habits, at 7 o'clock you do this, at 10 o'clock you do that. And the science, tells you when to drink a glass of water, when to go to bed, because that's what has worked for so long for so many people. And they tell you about all these scientific reasons. But now, as we are finding a new way of being, it's more about making your life sacred, making your life a sacrifice, a sacred endeavor. So which devotional practices can you embrace? Of course, you can go to your church, your synagogue, your place of worship. But you can also make your place of worship everywhere you are. I love to think that my place of worship is my kitchen. The kitchen table where I talk to my children, where I talk to my husband, and I find it the sacred place because it's where the food is, the food that Mother Earth has given us. And when I cook, I'm not just being a housewife, I am communing with all what is divine. So I am not choosing healthy food because of, some intellectual reason. But I'm deeply feeling this connection, this conduit of being this personified Mother Earth living through me. When I have a conversation with my kids, just right now this morning I was talking to my son about the next step in choosing his career. So nice, in the kitchen. And it's not a habit, it is a devotional practice. That means that I don't have a time that at 10 o'clock I do this, but it's when it comes. When the situation happens to be, I devotionally practice loving. This is what it's all about. And this is what 2025 is going to be. To open yourself to love anytime, all the time, to the person who just shows up, or to the circumstance that shows up in front of you. Because it could be, an animal or an object. I'm thinking about persons. It's not just, like my son who I adore, but could be a person that thinks exactly the opposite that I think, that behaves exactly the opposite that I think is divine and loving. And no matter that, our role is to light the shine of love. Shine the light of love. That is our homework in 2025. That should be our devotional practice. Number one. Maybe number two, I'll tell you. Because the next point is about reason and numbers and statistics. This was the thing that we've been doing for the longest time, with about more than a century. When was Nietzsche? God is dead. So, of course, everything that's not God is all reason and science, and that is the way things are, and this certainty that the scientific truth is the only truth, so much so that we have become very dogmatic. So dogmatic that we don't open ourselves to other possibilities and to question. And that's precisely what needs to happen this year. Because to make a revolution is to find a new place of love in which I can love myself completely and I can love the other completely. That's what countries and people, individuals are going to be fighting for. And it can be fighting from all the way to blood, but it could be fighting from conversations and really negotiating what the truth is. And the truth is much more than reason. And to understand what the truth is and understand what you may be fighting for, you need to go beyond reason. You need to go into presence. And presence is to be there in the moment. Maybe the example of my talking with my son about his future in academia is appropriate. The guy is 13. At school, they offered them the possibility of studying some package of subjects. Should she study mathematics and technology? He could. He's very good at math, but he hates it. He could study biology. He likes biology, but there is a subject that he doesn't quite like. Physics. He doesn't like physics. Or economics and business. And he dreams of setting up his own business, but his business, he would like to do it in cooking, like a restaurant or selling food. And that comes biology. So as he is in this border, you see, like all these big countries talking about limits of their countries, my son is thinking about his limit. Is it biology and nature? Is it economics? Because in reality, for everything, there is an overlap of what is true. And we just create artificial borders that this is the limit for this is the limit for that. And what we need to do is be in the present moment. To understand the truth of the two seemingly opposing sides. When we are present, we will be able to understand the value, the argument, the story of the two different sides. This will allow me to talk with my son and walk the path with him without forcing him to do what I say, but letting him be in the unfolding of who he wants to become. The same you can do at work with two opposing sides, your client and your boss, your neighbor and your other neighbor. You can be in 2025 a force of peace. Not by measuring who is right, but by listening. Listening the story, the understanding, because there is much more than statistics and reasons. Presence will allow you to find solutions that you never imagined. And you can do it absolutely all the time. And finally, we have been working on personal development for years to be the best. Best than all the rest. And to be the best than all the rest, we were the lone wolf. Wake up in the morning to go running, wake up in the morning to read, exercise and be on a diet and do the, cold calls or whatever is the launch, the business launch, to be the best. And we compete in how much money we have in our bank account, how big is our house. We just compete in all these numbers again. How can you quantify that your son trusts you or doesn't? How can you quantify the intimacy with your boyfriend or with your husband? How do you quantify that? In which way you are the best? Oh, I have the best intimate relationship in the world. How can you quantify that? That's so hilarious right now, it sounds to me. No. Now we're starting to let go of this old concept of I am the best. Now we're starting to open to the reality that everybody has worth. Everybody, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, which nationality you have, or which religion you have, you bring something to the table. And this is something that is going to grow, 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 grow. We already have seen it starting to grow. And I hope that it evolves in a way that we don't need to, have the victims and the perpetrators. In a way that we all realize that we are a little bit victim and a little bit perpetrator. That we realize that yes, we have vulnerability, but also power. That we have something important to bring to the party. My dream is that actually we discover that we are all family, all around the world we're all family. Of this, I imagine it as a divine body. Yes, there are some cells specialized in being the heart, or other ones specialized in being the bones or the muscles or the eyes. Yes, we are different. But we all are a team. We all are a team of love. This is how we represent love. And I know that it started a while ago, but in 2025 we are going to go even deeper in this transformation of an awakening of consciousness. And these 4 ideas are going to help you massively. I'm creating a new video that will appear here about the specific habits or how I'm implementing this. I know you will like it, and I know it will help you a lot. Wishing you all the best, and especially for next year.